how it's supposed to be. And that means they're going to have to study. And that doesn't mean we have to do it exactly that way, but it means we need to understand what the Founding Fathers did in this nation. And I'm going to shut up. I get excited talking about all this because it's important to me. And I really want the people to understand where we are and where we're going.
And I appreciate your time, Mr. President. I appreciate it all.
Appreciate you.
We're just going to show that we are can be held accountable, and we are worthy stewards of our fiduciary responsibility.
Well, I've been hearing some good things down there that y'all are doing, and I appreciate your hard work, buddy.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Have a good night.
God bless you, Jim.
Thank you, everyone. And just as a short reminder, we have about 27 people in the queue, and we do want to get through all the calls. So I'm going to go on to the next area code 435. Go ahead. You have the floor.
Yeah, this is Tom Benson in North Dakota again. How are you guys?
Yes, sir. How are you, Tom?
We're good.
Good. Listen, I just wanted to tell you, you have got one man here in North Dakota that you can count on. I want to help. I'm not afraid. I kind of went through the ringer with this information in 1997. I found out what's really going on, and I went to one of their courts and on a traffic violation, and they told me to enter the bar, and I requested to know what jurisdiction I was entering as they were flying a gold trim flag. So he instructed me that if I continue on that line, that he would put me in jail for contempt of court. Now, guys, I was a peace officer for the state of California when this occurred, and they did. I said, hey, I'm just trying to find out what jurisdiction this is because, anyways, they put me in jail, and then I realized what system I was actually in. So I'm actually signing papers tomorrow. Some people here in North Dakota. I couldn't download anything, but they're going to give me the paperwork physically. I am signing up tomorrow, so I just wanted to make myself available, guys.
We need as many people in America that will stand up with us and sign on and show their support for this republic as we can get. Real important.
I'm in.
See, support of we the people. And we're about to start a campaign of signing them up all over the country. And I appreciate your comments, and God bless you. You have a wonderful night, buddy.
Thank you.
Thanks for the call, sir. We're going to bring on area code 864. Go ahead. You have the floor.
Hi, gentlemen. This is Mike Brady in the Republic of South Carolina.
Yes,
hey, Mike, how are you?
I'm doing great, you guys. Thank you so much for all you guys are doing. To make this real quick, probably to Nathan and possibly to Kelby, I need a judicial oath to get our Supreme Court justice seated, if you guys can help me out with that. And
Nathan, do we have anything drafted like that, or is there an oath in your state constitution for that? Are you talking about the federal justice or the state justice?
Well, I'll need one for the state justice for sure.
Yeah, okay. I think you'll find that oath in your state constitution. But Nathan, do you want to speak on that since you are the justice?
You know, I for some reason Nathan just fell off the call. I do know that we have several different oaths. What I'll do, if you can shoot me and Nathan an email, we'll simply respond with what we've been working on or what they've been working on in the background for an oath. And then obviously it's something that does have to be within your state constitution, as Tim was inferring to, and so that you can, bring that person in.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that. One other point here, our state constitution, we should be that should be approved through the grand jurors and the House of Representatives, the senators, and the governors, and it should blend together with our county settlement document, as well as blending with our national.
Your legislators would approve whatever you need approved, yes.
So it's going to go through our grand jurors and then the legislators, is that correct?
Well, it will go through your legislators, yes.
Okay.
You need to look at your state constitution and see how that that they require you to do things, because I don't know, in every state it's a little different. But now you guys can decide how you want to do it. I mean, that's entirely up to you how you want to do it. As long as it's part of your operating documents and officially approved by your legislature, you can do it your way. Because we the people, this is self-governance. That's what the idea I'm trying to get over to people. There are certain lawful protocols that should be adhered to, but it doesn't have to be done exactly point by point the way they said do it 230 years ago. You can change it if you like, as long as you got we the people support. That is the law.
Right. I understand that. The other night on the governor's call, we were feeling a little pressed to get the state constitution ratified so that we can get our judicial seat filled. And so we're thinking about using, the 8-page Pennsylvania Constitution.
You can do that.
And just changing things up. And so that was my point was, the grand jury's doing that at this point, and then it should go through the House and the Senate.
Right. There you go. Okay, and you can, if you don't like all the things in that Constitution, your legislature can amend it if they like for your people.
Right. Okay.
That's what the legislature is there for, to make things as good as they can.
Okay. Well, that clears a lot of that up. The last thing, and maybe I missed this on the database form, the Republic representative signature. Who is that supposed to be?
That's basically going to be anybody that Tim appoints to sign that document, and then it'll be countersigned and sent back.
The database. The database.
The database agreement, Tim, that they've been filling out and faxing in for the last 3 days.
Okay, that should be signed by somebody in the state, right? Is that correct? I hadn't looked at it. I don't know.
It's basically a republic-based or national-based document, so it'll be somebody within the republic from a federal standpoint.
Well, we'll get somebody appointed to that.
So that would be the ambassador or the governor or the chief justice, or?
No. Somebody within probably IT, I'm guessing.
So we leave it
probably on the teaching.
So we leave that blank and send it in blank.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify that. Okay, well that's pretty much all my questions. I know you guys are tight on time. I just want to tell you, God bless all you folks for everything you're doing.
Thank you. God bless you. And on that note, for anybody, we've posted a slightly revised version on the face page of the website as of right now. You can go on there and download it if you don't have one, and print it out, fill it out. It's right in the middle section area where you can listen to the past week call. You can't miss it. Anyway, we're going to move on to the next caller. Area code 217. Go ahead. You have the floor.
Oh. Good evening, fellas.
Oh.
This is Todd, Senator from Illinois. Tim, you mentioned tonight, sorry about that. You mentioned tonight, and I don't think it's due to any attempt to misinform, that you have failed to provide certain information for us. To get this moving so that we can complete whatever specific task that we need to complete to be recognized as a nation, is it possible for you and any of the team to put together a checklist that can be passed along to the governors, looked over by the senators, so that we can provide exactly what it is that you folks need to have sent from the individual republics?
Yes, sir, and we're already doing that now. We're doing a checklist exactly like you said. I have been hesitant to do that because every time I try to do something, make a suggestion, I get beat up over that because they claim I'm trying to tell them what to do. Well, I'm not trying to tell them what to do. I'm trying to offer guidance. And there's a lot of difference. My attitude is not to tell anybody what to do. I don't do that. I never have done that. And but I want to offer guidance. Just like you're asking for something now, I will provide it. We're already working on that. And I will have it out sometime this week for everybody to look at. and it will give you a guideline of what we have to, how we've got to structure things properly. It'll tell you the things that are necessary. As I'll just rehash over whatever we did tonight. A lot of it I've already talked about, but I'll do that in the checklist, and basically it'll be a letter that says this is what we've got to do to make this government complete. Step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the legislators have got to do a lot of it, and as soon as we get them together, get their committees formed, we're going to put them to work.
Now, is there any chance that we could all meet in Michigan as a nation anytime soon?
As soon as we get funding, we're going to meet. I don't know if it'll be in Michigan or where it's going to be, but we are going to meet as soon as we get some funding turned loose. It's been a real difficult thing. The people that have the funding won't release it because of the corporation, but now they're beginning to talk. They understand that the corporation is finally dying, and so they're admitting that now, and they're willing to do more right now than they have been. So we are getting through. We are breaking that ice, but it's been slow. We've been chipping on it, but it's been a while trying to break through, and we're almost there.
This checklist, if it has one thing or 10 things, no matter what it is, if that's completed, and just for an argument's sake, the states, the republics get that information back in 10 days, then what are we looking at as far as the funding or moving on to the next step, like recognition formally by The Hague? Because you mentioned that just a few minutes ago.
Yes, we're going to make a case. That's one of the things the justices are going to help me do, is we're actually going to apply a case to The Hague for recognition, because we have the lawful right to exist. I already have some of the documents done, but we don't have it all the steps in place. And once we do that, we're going to make a petition to The Hague formally. And that's what I need the justices to do, because I don't know exactly all the steps to do that. So I'm going to have to ask them to get the right format together and how to present the steps and proper protocols to present this to The Hague. Because we're going to demand that we are recognized as a lawful nation by the rest of the nations of the world. We have that right. And so that's basically where we're headed here. But before we can do that, these pieces of the puzzle have got to be in place so we can present the whole puzzle. Because if there's any pieces missing, they'll deny it. And we don't need their consent. We want their recognition. We already have consent by treaty. And so I think it's just a formality of getting it all done in the proper manner. That's all there is to it.
Can we follow any of the paperwork that Israel used back in the late 40s when they came in, and then America and England immediately recognized them as a nation?
I've never looked at it, but I would love to see it if we have access to that, yes. I'll bring that up to the justices. If you have any sources of that information, we'd love to see how they put their nation together. It would be great.
Okay. I can forward that to Kelby or to CW or Nathan.
Because they made a petition to the United Nations, or maybe to the Hague, probably to the Hague also.
Yeah, to the UN first,
but good information to have, because it would give us a format that somebody's already used. That actually is a precedent because they were approved as a nation.
And the first part of my question is, whatever outline you have for the specifics to become a nation, if we complete those in 10 days, what is your estimate of what we're looking for next, as far as funding, as far as being?
I can't give you a specific date on the funding because I don't know. It would be total speculation. I just don't know. And I can't reveal some of it. And I know y'all get tired of hearing this, but it's the truth. I can't. There's some things moving in that arena, but I can't go into details because it would expose some things that I'm not allowed to talk about at this point. But soon I will be able to, but I can't right now. It's a very sensitive issue. And we've had some issues already because some information was put out on the internet